Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Kari's Crowdfunding Corner. Tonight is my first ever creator spotlight. I have got on an awesome comic book creator who happens to have a Kickstarter going right now. Everybody, welcome Vito Delsante.
Hi, everybody. I don't know
All
if
right.
anybody can hear me. I said that pretty low.
Hello, everybody. Yes, you do have quite the deep voice. So,
Sometimes.
So Vito, we'll be showing this in just a second. I want everybody to know this is where you can go make it really easy. I am the stray.com to go see Stray Volume 3 Requiem, issues 1 through 3, and I will be showing you the Kickstarter itself. But give us a little bit of a background before we go there about the Stray world in general, and
It's,
toss me the pitch
I mean, it's
and the
very, it's
explanation.
very simple. I mean, if you've ever read a superhero like a Superman, Batman, Robin, Justice League type of comic, you'll understand the world almost immediately. Stray is about a sidekick who quits being a sidekick and then comes back to solve the murder of his mentor. That's basically the entirety of Volume 1. Volume 2 was a little bit of a peek inside of his teenage years, as a sidekick, but also the leader of a teen superhero group. Again, if you've read DC Comics, you're very familiar with what I'm playing with. Um, and then that same story also, takes place in the past, but also in the present. And then Requiem is I think my elevator pitch when I first started doing it was I thought about it in terms of Grant Morrison, and I was like, only Grant Morrison would do something as audacious as the U.S. Army versus Batman, and so I wanted to do something like that. And it's basically the government uh, agency that kind of oversees superheroes and um, superhuman work, within the universe, has decided that Stray either needs to comply or quit. And Stray decides he's not going to do either, and they start trying to force his hand. At the same time that that's happening, there are uh, a bunch of supervillains being kind of gathered for a big kind of invasion type of thing. Again, I don't want to give too much away, but in issue 3, I think the best part about issue 3 is that um, Stray gains an unlikely ally. Let's put it that way. That's a very good way to
Okay.
put it.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna pull up, let everybody see how beautiful this is, by the way. With Sean Isaacs doing this, the artwork, and he's been with you through the whole thing, correct?
No, that's
Or
funny.
is this
So the top image is actually by Colm Griffin. That Stray is a wrestler,
okay?
because I'm a professional wrestling fan. I kind of wanted to kind of play with that little world a little bit, but that doesn't actually. The pictures on the cover do not take place in the show or
Okay.
but
He
Sean,
is not a luchador.
no, one of these days I would love to write a story where he's a luchador. I actually forget what it is, but I have uh, his luchador name was something like El Pero Borracho or something like that, which
Oh,
is
cool.
basically the drunk dog, which doesn't make sense, but it was funny.
Yeah.
But so that's Combs' cover, which is cover B. Cover A is done by Benjamin Morse, which if you scroll down, that's the one with the reflection there. Yeah.
Okay. Here we
Benjamin
go.
Morse does the book We Are Scarlet Twilight. He's phenomenal. Like I absolutely adore him. And it's funny because Sean was always going to do covers for it, and I was like, why don't you take a break? I have all these covers I got to use. Like, take a break, and we'll get to your cover like for the end of it. Um,
Okay.
so yeah, so Sean's taking a break from doing covers for the time being, doing his work at DC. I think he just did. He did something for Marvel actually recently, and I can't remember what it is, but Sean will be back. In fact,
Okay.
the best part about this issue is there's a big tease regarding Sean that will be in it that I do not want to reveal because it's
Okay.
absolutely very crucial that you read the comic to find out what it is.
Okay. So here's the second cover again, and then
This is Cody
ooh,
Conyers, basically like an Alex Ross type of cover, like painted. Not,
it-
I think it's digitally painted, but very Alex Rossish. A bunch of guys that I know had done these with Cody, and like when he put them together, it looked like one of those Alex Ross kind of landscape portraits of like the Justice League. It was really cool.
oh yeah, I love those. And this is beautiful. Yeah. And then we have I can't remember, what do you call that when it
Oh,
where the young
that's
panther?
I don't know if there's a name for it. I usually call it like minimalist type of coloring and stuff, but this is Hoi Din from We Arts. He did a series of these for us. I think the last one will be on the next issue. Like he did four. So like he did the first one with Stray, second one was with who was on the second one? It was a blue cover. Oh, Argos, which is one of our main antagonists. This one is of Sam, and then the next one will be of our unlikely ally.
Okay.
That I don't like. Like I said, it's a pretty good spoiler, so let's keep that. But I
Okay.
love this. One of my favorite covers.
It's negative space, right?
Negative
Is what
space.
they
Thank
call it?
you.
Yeah.
I think
I
that's accurate.
yeah, I love those things. So here, now this is Sean's work, correct?
No, this is
Here,
Marcello
no?
Mueller. Marcello
This is
Mueller is a Brazilian artist who
okay.
came recommended to me by both Charlie McKelvey and Daniel Calvin. Um, but he did phenomenal work for the first 6 issues, and it's very reminiscent of Sean's work. So I can see where you would you would be not confused, but like you would conflate the two. But like
You
it's very superhero clean.
yeah, you stayed really steady. You haven't had a lot of major like changes as things. It's not one of those like, and now we're seeing something completely different. And
Volume
we
two, we played with that a little bit because of the past storyline and
just
the present storyline. We tried to give it two different types of not stories, but artwork to kind of convey. One was more of a simpler time, so it looks a little more of an animated style, and then the present day was a little more rendered, a little more of a modern style. So we did that with volume two, but in this one we didn't have a need to do something like that, so we just kept it simple and just went for the modern style.
this is just beautiful. I love it. You're gonna have to let him know.
Who doesn't love a dog? Who doesn't love pit bulls?
Yeah, it he's like, is he prosthetics and everything? He's just so I want to pet him. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
when you hear the story behind, like if you've read issue two, like issue two is a very sad, um, like why he's looks like that, like why it comes to that is very sad, but the outcome is this, and this is just a better ally almost. I would hesitate to call him Stray's sidekick now with the cybernetic upgrade, but this, if I were to really truly sell this to people, um, when I didn't come up with this story for Stray, like this idea for Stray. This idea came from me wanting to do a modern remake or an updating of Blue Falcon and Dynamite. And when I pitched it to DC, when they had the rights, I know Dynamite's doing it now, but when DC was doing it, this was before um, the Johnny Quest stories that they did and the Super Sons and Dynamite and everything. This was like maybe 3 years before that. I pitched it. It's kind of like in their Cartoon Network tiers of stories. And what I said was, I know how Dynomutt became Dynomutt, and I want to do this idea, that I had. And I was told we can't do that because at the time, DC had to pay Warner Brothers, which makes no sense to me. I think they're just like, we can't do it. And now we just got to come up with an excuse. But DC, I was told, had to pay Warner Brothers a licensing fee to do comics based on their Warner Brothers IP, which again sounds like an excuse to me. But I don't like throwing out an idea, so I decided I was going to do it with Stray.
Yeah. Well, it looks beautiful and adorable. I'm sorry. I
Yes.
my my brother and I have cats, but it's just because I live in an apartment and um my mom has a little dog that I love, but my brother and my father have both had pit bulls the past couple of years. We lost two of them, but they have a new one and they're all rescues and had been like through a lot of trauma, and seeing them like get to where they're like trusting and cuddling is like I love that.
Yeah,
And
Sam was based on my dog Kirby, who looked almost exactly like that. He was a rescue, and we had to put him down about 4 or 5 years ago. Had him for 13, 14 years. Like he was the best dog. Um, so he was always the inspiration behind Sam, but he's even more so part of the book. Like I love that I get to see my dog when I read my comic.
that's so sweet.
And
I
I
love
still have
that.
his leash right here. Like I still have his leash, still has his hair on it and stuff. I never got rid of it because
Oh.
he was my buddy.
I this is rather morbid, but this is Hinata. She used to
Oh,
crawl
she's
up and she's even got a little cat ghost that Leo made for her. Um, but that's like my great Gram's little mother of pearl or inlaid wooden box that she used to sit here for the podcasts and just like be a part of the podcast. And so she has to like stay and be part of the podcast whenever I
yeah,
do things now.
Kirby's buried about 100 yards into the woods of the house. So he's right there. I see him every day. And we have another dog, Casey, who was a Cocker Spaniel. She passed away before him, and she was cremated. And she's in the dining room because God knows she always likes to be around where food is.
It's nice to have them there.
Yeah,
Even if
yeah. Like I said, I got very lucky with those two. Like before we had kids, they were our kids, so like they kind of got me ready to be a parent. So
mine got me ready to step and vomit, but that's what cats do.
oh, I've done it.
That
I've
that
done
was
plenty of that with both dogs and
yeah,
cats.
I had a
We have cats outside, but
I had a Mother's Day where I woke up to Hinata yakking in my bed, and then I got up and was walking to go get paper towels and stepped in where I'm like, "Thanks, little girl. That's fabulous."
that's the
But
worst. Middle of the night.
yeah, but okay, here we are going to show the very first ever Stray collectible coin that you can get with this Kickstarter, and this
Yes.
looks badass. We were talking about
Well,
this beforehand.
yeah. What's funny is Charlie on the front and back. If you look closely, those two cityscapes back there, that's Pittsburgh, which is where I'm from. And
Oh,
eventually, Stray will move to a fictional city within Pittsburgh called Kappa City, which will happen at the end of the storyline. But also, if you look at the two dogs, there's not a pit bull there. There's a Rottweiler, which is what Stray was called when he was a sidekick, and a Doberman, which is who his dad was.
okay. Yeah.
So there's a lot of significance with the design,
And then they're together there.
and then on the edges, those edges will have a number imprinted on them, so they're going to be numbered as well. So they're going to be very limited, very limited, and very collectible.
Awesome. So we're gonna go through and check out the rewards.
Yeah.
And guys, yeah, you'll notice that I haven't backed yet. It's a new deal that I had to make with myself when I do Kickstarters so that people don't realize how much I spend on a monthly basis.
Oh, you're funny.
I yeah, I don't pledge until I get done showing them because otherwise I'm embarrassed. It's sad. We'll talk about it sometime. All right. So, the first available rewards, you can get the print catch up, and this is uh volume one, or is this
This
is
is all
volume three?
volume three,
This is
issues
not volume.
one through
Okay.
three. So this Kickstarter is not just for number three, but it's also, doing all. We're going to do number four. It'll be one through four. When we get to number seven, it'll be one through seven. No matter what, we're always looking to encourage new people to come on. Like we don't want anybody to feel like, well, I only got number three. I don't really do conventions. How am I going to get all of these books? So this is how we're going to do that. And I only do
All right.
2 or 3 conventions, hoping to add um, Terrificon this year. Up in Connecticut with you guys and Dean and my buddy Jerry
Yeah.
Ordway. Like I really want to do that only because again, like I'm trying to increase my footprint, but that also if that's only 3 shows that I'm doing, how's anybody on the West Coast going to be able to get the book, or how's anybody in Nebraska or uh, uh, Texas? I don't really go out that
Right.
far. So this is perfectly designed for anyone that's new to the story and to the lore.
All right. And then we'll look at the add-ons after we do the different tiers. So you can get the digital edition, pretty straightforward there. Um, Now, what is it comes with the digital deluxe?
Digital Deluxe will have a little bit. It'll have my script for the issue. It'll
Okay.
have, I believe, other other digital comics, like a small little library of other superhero independently created ones. So yeah, that's what the deluxe part means.
All right. I love how you had to put tablet not included.
Well, yeah.
That's fun. Okay, so then we can go through the different covers here. And this is just the comic that, right?
Yep, that's the Ben
All
Morse cover. That's the main cover A. Cover B is
right.
by Colm Griffin, like I said, who was nominated for a Ringo and is, I think it was for Robotech, for the
Okay.
cover of Robotech. So hopefully, this will get nominated for Ringo next year.
All right. Yeah, you have anything out for this year?
In terms of this, um, actually, if this goes well, um, there's 4 stray comics that I want to put out this year. More than likely, it'll be 3, but I would like for one of them to be issue 4 by the end of the year.
Okay.
That's why you see me hawking so hard, like, oh, let's get to 100 backers, because once we get to 100 backers, if we reach 4,000 bucks, then that almost assures that we can do number 4 before the end of the year.
Awesome. Okay, here's that beautiful I forgot the word again.
Negative space.
Thank you. Yes.
Mhm.
I'm like reverse. No, that's not it. Negative zone. That's where we go, the negative space. And then for those of you who need it, you can get the digital deluxe catch up tier. This is the ultimate stray digital catch up, and I kind of want to recommend this to people for people who have not uh, been reading, because I know that I missed volume two, which is probably why I was a bit confused about some of the artwork,
Mhm.
but I have some of the original strays. So I missed a chunk of your run somehow. I
Here's the
I
here's
watch
the
you all the
most
time, but
most interesting thing about this one is volume one. I believe there's only maybe 19 copies at Amazon. Like, there's not very many of these. I don't have any, except for like in my
oh,
personal collection. Um, I might have a couple of volume two printed ones, but the whole thing is that once this is done, once this campaign, not this campaign, but the storyline is over, we're reprinting volume 1 with a new cover, reprinting volume 2 with a new cover, and then number 3 will have whatever cover. I think we're going to split volume 3 into 2 volumes. So
Okay.
after issue 4, we'll do the trade paperback for part 1, and then we'll do the trade paperback for part 2 of volume 3 after issue 8. So when we do the recollection of everything, Requiem will have a one cover instead of 2. So, but it'll have all 8 into it. So,
All right, and everybody, please pay attention. There are only 17 out of 25 of these left because you get all of this for only $45. So that's get on it if you want to get it because it's going to be. I think you're going to sell out of that one for sure.
I wonder.
Um,
I wonder how, like, what the actual savings on that is. Like, it's not. That's 10. That's, I think, 15. That's 25. Another 20 for the action verse. So that's, so just the trade paperbacks would be $45. Then you're adding the 3 issues basically for free. So that's kind of cool.
yeah. All right, and then this one's fun.
Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, we got 2 backers. Oh man, I thought we only had 1.
Well, now you're two.
Yeah,
So
that's great. Yeah, this was so you're gonna get the cover of your choice, the digital deluxe version, um, a print, like a limited edition print, and you get to be on my podcast with Dean Haspiel, the Vito X Dino podcast.
yeah, are you having them on as a guest or like as a guest host
Absolutely.
with somebody else on? Or
They're going to be the guest, and not only will we interview them, but we'll let them interview us. Hopefully, the goal always, I think, with these kind of guest spots is we always want to not only meet comic readers and stuff, but potential creators or um, people that want to know more about the ins and outs of the industry or how to break in and stuff. So we want them to kind of like ask us questions and be teachable in a sense, like if they're looking for mentorship, kind of, here's 2 hours of mentorship. We
yeah,
got 2 of you for 2 hours right now. Poor guys, poor
that's
girls,
that,
whoever it is.
I can't wait to watch. I'm so hoping that somebody has like a kid that wants to,
Oh, that would be
that
great.
would be
That
so
would
much
be
fun.
amazing. I'll even let my daughter
I
sit in on that one. She can teach them how she made a comic.
because I would just love to see you two around a kid do it because you're both great. It would be so much fun.
Here's what's
So
funny. You've never
yeah.
seen this. No one's ever seen this. So there have been times where Dean and I have recorded a podcast on Thursdays, usually when we record, and James, my son, will have one of his friends over to like for a sleepover, and that kid is very interested in making comics. So I'll bring him in. And I'll go ask Dean whatever you want to ask him because you're a comic artist. He's a comic artist. Like you can ask him whatever you want, and he just kind of clams up and he looks at Dean, and Dean's like trying to get it out of him and stuff. So it's like we've done it, but we've never done it on the air. Like for the show itself. So
Yeah. You probably have to ask for parents' permission to have
yeah,
him on or something.
that would be my guess as well.
I know yours has been on though, right? A couple
My
times
kids
I
come
think
on
we've had
just
your
like they'll
kids.
just walk in the room.
Yeah.
Give it time. Like usually they just pop up.
Yep. So this is something I was interested in. When we go over to the add-ons, what does the digital deluxe item upgrade do? This is you put it on any of the digital
Right,
editions and you get
right.
the extras.
Yes. So if you only get the digital edition, say the $5 version, you
Mhm.
can add the deluxe for an extra 3, or you can just get the digital deluxe, for a dollar less. It's just in case you go plugging through and you're just like, oh, I didn't know that was an option. It's an option for any of
Okay.
the digital ones.
Okay. And is there a way, obviously you can get, uh, okay, I'm looking through. Okay, so we have Can you get the digital deluxe as so if you add that on to what happens if you add that on to a physical one? Does that give you a copy of the digital deluxe
I
or
think it does. That's a good question. I would say it gives you the digital because every print version comes with the digital version, so that's
okay,
probably that would work for that as well.
awesome. I like that you added it that way too. So because like you said, it can be hard to keep track of everything you're doing depending on what you're actually looking for.
Yeah,
So then
I don't want to say it's foolproof, like, there's always somebody that will find a flaw in the plan, but at the same time, like we're uh trying to make it so that if you do make a mistake, you're not beating yourself up over it. You can actually, you know, take care of.
yeah, and for people like me who love scripts, that's something that is just awesome.
Oh,
I like
you have
being able to do that.
you have no idea what I go through to write a script.
Oh,
When you see my scripts, I feel bad for anybody. I will put in the photo reference that I want you to look at. I'll put in
mhm.
links. It's weird where people will read a script that I wrote, let's say 4 years ago, and the link is dead. So they're like, "Well, what does this link lead to?" It's like, "Oh, well, it was for me and the artist. Sorry," But like, that's the fun part. Like then you'll see like there's a photo reference of me. I think in issue 7 of this one, where I took a picture of myself holding like a file folder, and it's just like with a confused look on my face. So every now and again, I'll do that as well. Sometimes in the first issue of Stray Requiem #1, I actually drew a layout for this multi-panel where Stray swings across the city while trying to evade uh, army guys while his car is driving. So like I drew every single panel, not in like a highly rendered, like professional style, but just layouts. So you'll see stuff like that. I'm not ashamed of the fact that I know I can't draw. I'm trying, I'm learning,
You
but
are learning. I'm
yeah,
learning with you in the
so
background, like you
there's
don't know it.
so there's that, like hopefully I get better at it. But you get to see the raw stuff now.
Awesome. And it's okay. So we're gonna go through these kind of. I mean, they're pretty simple. The Stray Requiem 1 digital edition, 2 and 3. Here we go in print. And this one says it does not include the digital edition, but that's because it's an add-on. It's not the
Right,
original one that you're
right,
getting. So this is if you want an extra copy for your buddy, you're like, hey, I need to grab this for him. He doesn't need the digital. He gets to have the physical copy.
exactly.
So go out and get that. Um, all of the different covers set up that way. And then we go down here and you get Stray Volume 1, the complete digital edit. And that's the first ever 4 issues of Stray in the digital format.
Mhm.
Talked about. And then Stray the Rottweiler Years in digital. The Action Verse trade paperback. Tell me a little bit more about that.
The Action Verse is the first ever. People don't uh, ever give us this title, but we deserved it and we earned it. It's the first ever weekly creator-owned superhero miniseries. Had Molly Danger by Jamal Igle. It had Fracture by Sean Gabarin and Chad Ciccone. It had The First Hero by Anthony Rutgazer. It had Midnight Tiger, and it had Stray, all in one book. And like it came out weekly, and I edited it, and it was not easy to get everything in weekly, but it happened. It was a weekly comic book. It was a weekly miniseries that it's never happened. They even Image United didn't do that. So I can say proudly that I edited the first ever weekly creator-owned superhero miniseries.
That is awesome. And then last add-on that you can get here is the Stray limited edition coin that we showed you, and that's only $35. And you said that they are going to be numbered. There's only 100 of them, and this is a one and done. Get it before they're gone,
We might
or else
do
you can't.
another coin for the next one, but it won't be this one. It'll be a different design completely.
All right. Well, I'm going to run us back up here so you can see there are 16 days left to go as we're filming this. It's going to be probably another day or two before it goes up, but you have until Friday, April 10th at 8:37 p.m. Central Daylight Time where I'm at. So make sure that you go and get your pledge in on this. I'm going to pop this out now. And what all is the comic all ready to go? Everything's just like waiting to go through?
The only thing that's not done is the backup story is being inked as we speak. So hopefully it'll be done in time. Uh, I mean, even if like Kickstarter, you always get like a week or two before the funds come in. So even after that, like it'll be done hopefully in time. I think tomorrow night when we record Vito Delsante, we'll actually have a preview because we're going to have the artist of the backup on the show. So we'll have a preview of his art for that and for another project.
Awesome. I look forward to seeing that. I'm 2 episodes behind, I think, on you guys right now, but I've been trying to catch up. I've just had like 3 or 4 shows a week going on over here,
I was gonna
so
say you've been doing like 7 shows a week, so I mean it's I only got the one.
yeah, it's been insane. But, so any closing remarks, anything you wanna, like anything else you have coming up that beyond this?
Um,
I
I'm
mean, this
also
is really
in
exciting.
the coming to Kickstarter soon. The real life true stories about New York City anthology that is being put out by Cosmic Lion. That'll be up on Kickstarter next month. Actually right before we finish the Stray Kickstarter. So hopefully everybody backs this before they jump to that and ignore me for a week. But yeah, I like that'll be next. Then we're hoping to do, like I said, there's potentially 4 Stray comics for this year. I would like for one of them to be number 4. One of them is called Hellhounds, which is a story that I came up with my 2 friends, Eric Bennett and Lee Gaston. Lee Gaston will be drawing it, and it's 3 dog-themed heroes versus a dog-themed villain. And I know that sounds silly, but you have to see it to believe it. It's really, really fun. It's a
Dude,
one shot.
I mean, you get any theme works, and when it comes to animals these days, Tony Fleeks is out there proving that you can do anything with animals and make it just kick your ass.
I'm,
So,
I'm, when I tell you this, I'm this close. I know a couple of artists that have tried to talk me into doing it, and I'm not opposed to doing it, but I would just, it costs so much money to do. But we were going to like get like an island at FurryCon over here, which is run in Pittsburgh, funny enough. So we were going to do it here, and like I was just going to sell straight to a new audience, and I'm not opposed to it. I think those folks love to spend money and they love what they love, so I'm more than happy to indulge them, like this is kind of up their alley. So um
oh,
but yeah, so there's that book, then there's Stray the Beast Within, which you listen to my show, all about it at this point. It's basically Stray's family history of fighting Nazis and fascists. So that's hopefully going to be coming out this year as well. So it's potentially 4 books of Stray in one year would be nice. It's a little, it's going to be tough only because if you were going to do 4, you would do it one every 3 months, and we're
mhm.
already into April, so it's kind of like, oh, that meets 3 and 4 every 4 months. So we'll see.
All right. And where uh, where can everybody find Vino X Dino, the podcast. Are you guys straight YouTube or do you have other? I watch on
We're also
YouTube
on,
because I
I
like
mean, if you
watching
look up
you.
Vito Delsante on Spotify, we're a couple of episodes behind. But
Okay.
you're pretty caught up at this point if you just listen to it. So we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Pocket Casts. I think also kind of populates into all of the RSS feeds as well. So
Yeah. And I suggest folks, if you can, catch on YouTube because you can watch them and there's a lot of stuff that's shown artwork here and there and the different guests that you have show some of their stuff too. And it's brilliant to watch. That and having your family coming back and forth is also kind of hilarious.
makes for a very professional podcast.
Yes. I love it. It's great.
I think
So
I don't mind it only because I think, and I've said this before. I think my family is my brand, my personality. Like they come with me to all the shows that I go to. So
Mhm.
when people meet me, they meet them as well. So it's kind of part of the experience of knowing me and talking to me. I think.
Yeah. I I just love it. You guys are one of my favorite podcasts, and I've told you that before.
Thanks.
It's because you have it's the family feel and the like camaraderie between you two. You can just go on about anything. And so you guys be one of the 10 people that gets to go be on the podcast with
Yeah, that'd be fun.
be pretty cool.
We'll have you all at the same time. That'll be fun. Real cluster.
Just fit everybody. Yeah. Like, hey, wait, I want to, what? No, never do that. We've tried 6 hosts at once because
Yeah.
it's just like, God.
I mean, I have a couple of other non-stray related projects for this year as well. Like I said,
Okay.
only in New York, the real life stories. Pay the Devil, which again, you listen to my show, you know all about it at this point. Um, there's a couple of anthologies that Charlie's doing through Zion Studios, Vagabond and Ballistic Adrenaline, that I'm involved in as well. So, I mean, I'm kind of, potentially this year could be a very good year in terms of getting more work out there. And then next year would be an even better year at conventions because I'll have more new books. So
And where should people look you up on social media to keep track of everything that you're doing?
I tell everyone the easiest thing to do is look up Incognito, which is incognito with a V instead of an N. I'm the only person that uses that. It's the easiest way to find me on Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, Threads. Those are the only ones. I don't really do Twitter. Like I've reactivated my stray Twitter just because of the Kickstarter campaign. But I abhor Twitter and the guy who owns it. So I try to stay off
Yeah.
of Twitter.
Yeah, I'm on Facebook and 20 other things and I only post on Facebook. It kills me that I'm like, I have 50 followers. I know that's not huge, but it's huge for an account that has never once posted anything.
Like I don't, at this point, it's like 2026. Putting stock in follower counts is kind of passe in my mind. I think the quality of what you put out there and what the people respond to is really the metric that people should be measuring. So I mean, even if it's just one follower and that one person is like interacting with you, I think that's more important than having 5,000, or a million, because then again, like you look at somebody like Miley Cyrus or somebody like that, they have a team of people and they still can't answer every message, like reply to everything. And it's like
Yeah.
I prefer to keep it simple and be able to say thank you or to say you're right or you're wrong or this is my opinion or whatever and get into dialogues with people. You can't get that with like having you know thousands and thousands.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna wrap this one up for the Kickstarter. Everybody, shut up and give him your money. Go get your copy of Stray, get all the things because they're the collectibles and you can't get them anymore. So get them now and follow him and everything he does. He's amazing and he is a wonderful person
Well,
and has a great family.
thank you
So
very much, Kari. It's
Oh,
unnecessary, but thank you.
well, I like I said,
I'm just saying, like,
you're the first person I wanted to do this show with, and because
thank
I was
you.
just like, it's Vito.
I'm terrible with flattery. That's just me.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry about it.
Well, don't send him nice things then. Just tell him like,
Oh no,
you are so average.
I do. I do. Yeah, you know what? I would pay to see one of those. Just one of those,
All right.
but no more.
Well,
No
thank
more.
you.
No more.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us, everybody.
Absolutely.
Shut up and fund this Kickstarter.
Thank you, everyone.
Hey, so